When Gaara, who excels at both offense and defense, faces Deidara, a bombing specialist focused on attack, which of them is truly stronger? As soon as Deidara secretly infiltrated Sunagakure, he was immediately discovered by the Kazekage, Gaara of the Sand. Gaara made the first move. Seeing this, Deidara leaped up onto his giant bird and escaped Gaara's fierce sand pursuit. With agile movements, Deidara perfectly dodged all of Gaara's attacks. Gaara then ramped up his power, summoning a massive amount of sand and shaping it into Shikaka's claws to surround Deidara once again. At this point, Deidara finished crafting his clay bombs and unleashed them all at once. However, they had no effect and failed to cause Gaara any real harm. Fortunately, Deidara had already analyzed Gaara's abilities in detail. After dodging the attacks, he threw out two extremely fast clay bird bombs, which quickly reached Gaara under his control. Deidara thought the fight was over, but unexpectedly, Gaara's absolute defense was triggered, and a wave of sand swept in from behind Deidara. By the time Deidara realized and tried to escape, it was already too late. He was completely engulfed by the sand. The Sunagakure shinobi watching below began to celebrate their victory, but Deidara had a backup plan. He used microbombs to forcibly blast an escape route. However, Gaara wasn't about to let him get away. A wisp of sand grabbed Deidara's ankle and threw him back again. At the critical moment, Deidara threw down his owl mount for a narrow escape. Gaara immediately launched another attack, this time successfully grabbing Deidara's arm. Frightened, Deidara hastily threw out a centipede bomb, but it failed to have any effect. Gaara clenched his hand, and the sand instantly crushed Deidara's entire arm. The intense pain only excited Deidara. He tore off his own wounded limb, then used his remaining hand to chew explosive clay, creating a C3 bomb powerful enough to destroy the entire village. He threw the C3 bomb, and under his control, it expanded tenfold. This startled Gaara. The C3 bomb plummeted rapidly, exploding violently in the center of the village. But when the smoke cleared, a giant sand shield had absorbed all the damage. The villagers exclaimed that the Kazekage truly deserved his title, with such an immense chakra reserve. Just as Gaara was relieved that no accident had occurred, a small bird bomb suddenly appeared. But Gaara's absolute defense could not be broken so easily. He completed his defense just before the bomb exploded. While Gaara was catching his breath and relaxing, a spider bomb crawled out from within the sand. It turned out Deidara had intentionally let Gaara crush his arm earlier, predicting Gaara would use that sand for defense, so he had already mixed explosive clay into it, waiting for this very opportunity. Deidara immediately detonated it. The spider bomb exploded at point-blank range. Although Gaara was severely wounded, he used sheer willpower to move all the sand away from the village to protect it. Meanwhile, the Sunagakure shinobi, who had just been spectating, finally realized they should support their Kazekage, but it was already too late. Deidara easily captured Gaara the Kazekage. Seeing this, Kankuro immediately gave chase. For his younger brother, he was willing to risk his life. Deidara soon rendezvoused with Sasori of the Red Sand, and together, they left with Gaara in tow. By the time Kankuro caught up, he fell into a trap set in advance by Sasori. Outside the village, he found 3 sets of footprints leading in different directions, but noticed Gaara's sand on one path and followed it. Sunagakure sent a carrier hawk to Konoha to request help. After an overnight chase, Kankuro finally caught up with Deidara at dawn. Sasori told Deidara to leave first while he stayed behind to deal with Kankuro. Kankuro summoned his 3 strongest puppets, but they were no match for Sasori. He was, after all, their creator. Kankuro was defeated without lasting even one round. Sasori struck him hard with his poison-tipped tail, leaving Kankuro with only 3 days to live. Out of respect for a fellow puppeteer, Sasori spared his life. Meanwhile, after receiving Sunagakure's distress call, Konoha dispatched Kakashi, Naruto, and Sakura to rescue